Hey, brothers and sisters, people of the nations. I just wanted to get on here briefly and discuss a few topics with you all, just in case. Now, the Bible says to trust the Lord in everything and to know that, like, by having faith, that Jesus is there through everything. And I did want to mention that something did happen to me a while back when I was living in Georgia, and I had a message from God back then that somebody that I was hanging out with, his name is Jay, was going to kill me, but that I would survive it, and it would be like a miracle. So this already took place, and I think there's a message within that states if you believe in Jesus and you have faith with God, all things are possible. Because if he can do it for me, he can do it for you too, by having faith and calling on his name and truly genuinely having a heart, knowing the heart of God and really wanting God to help you. You can do all things just by having that faith. Faith is the key, because you can move a mountain with this mustard seed size faith. So I think that was one important thing, because there's also a scripture that says the second death has no power over them. If you die and you survive it, you can't die again, like, because Jesus lives in you. But it's God's timing for everything. He makes everything beautiful in his time, so he has a way of doing things. He also says, do not be afraid of those who kill the body, but rather be afraid of the one who can destroy both the body and the soul into hell. That's the Lord. To fear God, because God has all the power. And he knows my heart, and he knows everybody's heart. But I did want to mention a few things that were brought to my attention, and just in case, so people have this information. Kayla Whitney has been behind most of the stuff that's going on, and I'm not sure about Robert Daniel Whitney. I don't think he's my authentic dad. I think something had happened to him, and they're doing some weird stuff with my inheritance and imposing to be other people. Like, he has an imposter, he's imposing to be him, and shape-shifting, and a lot of weird stuff. And I'm not, like, focusing around that kind of stuff, but I did want to bring it to your attention, because I right now am getting some help to help me with some of the things that had happened to me that she caused. And so I get a shot for medication to try to help me out in the meantime, although I know I really don't need it. I just need it for the issue that she caused with that device that had happened in the past with my head. Talks about it in Genesis 3:15. Who's the serpent? The devil, right? He bruised my head, but I destroy him. Jesus supernaturally destroys him. I'm the seed of the woman. Kayla is the devil. And I know it sounds crazy, and people wouldn't really believe me, but I can tell you by faith, if you believe that, it is the truth. He reveals his laws and decrees to Jacob, to Israel. Nobody else has them. That's Psalm 147, verse 19. So no matter how crazy it sounds, it is true. And I just wanted to put out there that I have a feeling something is going to happen. June 17th, that's tomorrow, I get my shot, and she has somebody working in the office at Jerome. Her name's Madison, but she is Kayla. Kayla is Alexis Cortez on the news, and it's also Kayla Whitney. Okay, Kayla Alyssa Whitney, who is doing all these things, and I have a feeling that she did something so that they poison my shot and try to kill me or something. Now, I have faith in Jesus, and I'm just waiting on the Lord, but he says, proclaim what you hear what he puts in my ear. Proclaim it to the rooftops. That's in the Bible in Matthew. And trust God with the information, and just proclaim it by faith, because maybe it could help somebody. But I did want to mention that she's behind all this stuff, and there's a lot of other ones that are following her as well. And there is hope for people that turn from their wickedness and come to Jesus, and they stop doing wicked things and they step up and tell the truth. But there's a time where God's not going to forgive you, because he doesn't have mercy on wicked traitors who continue to hear the message and continue to do wicked things and not care and are relentless. Then he's not going to forgive you. But if you really want to be forgiven and you stop and you tell the truth and you say, I'm sorry, Jesus, that's when he'll forgive you. But I did want to give that message. Now, I'm not positive that this is going to be happening, but I just wanted to put that out there just in case. I do think we're in a high watch season for the rapture, and there's a lot of attacks being thrown at me from the enemy. So I had one the other day too as well, but it was a false alarm. But I just wanted to put that out there, that if anybody knows what to do or how to handle it, I would just let you know that Kayla Alyssa Whitney is behind all of these things, and she goes and I don't know how they do it, something to do with inheritance. or just the fact that she's the devil, but she changes her identity. She'll go into Alexis Cortez's body and just different people. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've experienced it, and it is really strange. I would have never guessed these things, but even growing up with them, they didn't happen to me like that. That's how I know just really weird stuff has started to happen and expanded throughout a period of time. But I just wanted to let people know that, and to just remember, if you call into Jesus, he will save you. And I hope that everybody can know that, all who call on the name of the Lord will be saved. And he protects those he loves. So even if there's a situation that happens, it'll always come out. Whatever's in darkness will always be brought to the light, no matter what. So let's just say I'm not here, whether I'm here or not, in heaven or not, no matter what, God will always use someone to bring the bad to the light. It'll just keep picking at you until it comes out, because that's how God works. He doesn't let anyone that's doing wrong things get away with it. And that's a fact. So I've even paid for some of the stuff I've done, or my sins, all of it, and for my own sins, and now they're going to pay for theirs. So it's like your own deeds will return upon your head. But I did want to bring that to people's attention, because it is very important, because she's behind the majority of all of these things that are going on. And so I had to put that out there. And I hope that, God will deal with that. But she represents the devil, Babylon, the female version of Satan, the female version. Okay, there's a male version, and I think that's my supposed uncle imposter dad, but it's not my authentic dad. But I can tell you either way, Kayla's behind all of it. And I just pray that, Jesus, he sees that, he'll handle it. I don't understand the whole logistics about it and the symbologies, but they are symbolic to different things. And the fact that people that call different people different things are representatories. They're actually that spirit or an authentic symbology. So some people have things backwards, but I can explain it to you. And I just pray, the Lord over this message, that it can help. Also, the most important thing is knowing that to not be afraid, because I deal with that a lot. But by faith, if you step out and trust God and know that you have that faith in Jesus, the second death has no power over you. There's different levels of heaven, there's different levels of hell, even in the realm of the dead. But stepping out and knowing, and I'll take my own advice to this. This is in reference to me too, and also to y'all, to help you. If you already died, which many have, but we lived through it because we believed in Jesus, and also Jesus gave us that spirit to get us to get saved before his judgment, because it's called purgatory, and it's the wilderness, basically preserved, okay? But if you step out and you come to Jesus, then you're saved, then you go to heaven, you'll make it. But if you continue to do wicked things, you're not going to make it. And that shows the second death has no power over you, because if you've already died once, just like Jesus, he already died, but he rose from the dead. He survived. Okay, it's the same thing. And that goes for everybody. So just know that. But if you're wicked and you're asleep, you're not getting it. You're going to keep doing wicked things. But if you come to Jesus, you can be free, because he's the only one that can set you free. If you call on his name, that's all you got to do, is call on his name and say, Jesus, please help me. I don't want to sin anymore. I need your help. And he will help you. And sometimes it's a process that takes time, but he will help you, because we're in that appointed end time. So I just hope that I can help people today with this message. And just remember that it's sad because of some of those things that are going on and the things that she's doing. But I just want to put that out there, because people need to know that that is going on. No matter how crazy it sounds, it's true. And she is behind it all. So the majority of it. So I just wanted to let you know. And that was revealed by God. So I just want to put that out there. But I hope everybody has a blessed night. And remember, call on the name of the Lord. And we know not the day or the hour, but we know the season, and we're in it. And just keep looking up, and no matter how many days it takes, keep focusing, keep enjoying life, being at ease, but primarily focusing on Jesus, because he is coming. So, and I don't know about what's going on tomorrow except for the blood moon, or the new moon, but I'm looking up too. So Just remember that, and remember the comment I made a reference to about in regards to that shot, because it is important, and it's Kayla Whitney that's behind it all. So just wanted to put that out there. Have a blessed night, brothers and sisters, and I hope to see you one day in glory.